exposing the truth behind the lies and fighting for the freedom of awareness. The Lost Generation just found its voice. America's first competition talk show. You're in the hub.
Good morning to you. It is Thursday, tax day, April 15th, and I don't know if you've heard this story yet or not, but this is kind of interesting. There is a study that was just released by a sociologist in Chile based on a 2005 earthquake that happened there, and they have discovered that if an earthquake occurs in your area during the first trimester of your pregnancy, you have an increased risk of having premature birth. And honestly, I don't know why this isn't just common sense to everybody, because if I'm the baby and I feel like I'm in a storm swell or in a spin cycle in the washing machine, like hell, I'm not going to want to get out of there faster. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we pay sociologists and we give a lot of government dole-outs to for studies that really we don't even need. But anyway, either way, the baby made it out with the bathwater. And so we move right along. Today is tax day. We want to talk a little bit about a really contentious issue that's been in the news for several weeks, because it's got to be for them to achieve their agenda. The Tea Parties are racist, and we've seen the signs, we've seen a lot of the stuff that's been going on, and you know, you're led to believe, based on the signs you see in the media, that you've got a bunch of Neanderthal, knuckle-dragging Neanderthal, racists, and whatnot, and that here's the catch, Rupert, if you are a black person, a black man or woman, and you were involved in the Tea Party movement, you're already Uncle Tom or worse, and I'm just reading these articles, and I'm here to tell you, I hate to break it to you, but you are a white supremacist.
Apparently so. We should invite an African American to be in this meeting.
Yeah, we should.
So we can have it fair and balanced.
So it's not also Lily White.
I am an Uncle Rupert, but not an Uncle Tom. But in all seriousness, this is an absurd claim. That's like saying because one person committed a horrible crime in one racial demographic, that the entire racial demographic commits the same crime. All Tea Party backers are black conservatives taking the heat. Yes, we are taking the heat, but it's unfounded and it's ridiculous.
Okay. Agree, disagree? Those of you who've been out to a Tea Party before, Barry, I know you have.
I think if you look at the media, they would think that we're all white supremacists and prostitutes or whatever, but it's like, it's about ideas and it's about issues, and it has nothing to do with race. And there's all kinds of all parties and creeds and faiths and everything under the sun in the Tea Party, and what's important is what the beliefs are and what the issues are, and that's what people need to focus on.
But they're trying to divert. They're trying to divert from the actual issues and from what the reality is. The minute you say racist, boom, that's all everybody hears. You've missed everything else that's said. So, you know, David Scott mysteriously gets things that show up on his door, these death threats, everything else. How many people actually talked about Eric Cantor getting windows shot out and death threats and the fact that somebody got arrested? That's not making mainstream media. Yeah. So I believe he's Jewish. Is that suddenly racism? No. It's that people are disagreeing on issues, and let's take it back to the issues instead of being all about race.
Lee, what do you think?
Well, it is similar to the actual healthcare debate, which is you totally circumvent any discussion of the issue by saying that the other side is an idiot. There are certain adjectives, and you know it's bad enough to not address issues point by point, but just to say, oh well, my opponent's an idiot, so you can save your time. I'm going to save your time, but not even going into how he or she is wrong. And we saw it with Obama discussing the nuclear initiatives that Obama signed last week. Well, you know, I don't have to address that because Sarah Palin's not a nuclear expert. Well, and you know. So again, you know, how much nuclear expertise does Obama have?
Who died and made a law professor a nuclear expert?
Well, yeah, exactly. First of all, I mean, I haven't met many law professors who know how to do anything. And
well, according to the news, I met Barack Obama, and I hadn't met a law professor.
Well, and you know, the man knows how to motivate people and bring covered dishes to gymnasiums for evening community meetings, but. I mean, talk about a guy literally throwing stones from a glass house. How is he a nuclear expert? Not to mention the fact that whatever Sarah Palin said did coincide with people who are nuclear experts. So it is just a way to circumvent actual discussion on the issue.
Yeah,
and there's certain and like we said, there are certain words you can say where you totally obviate any discussion because
it just
that person is not worth.
And it shuts down the conversation. I want to point out, by the way, that later on today, if you're out in the Atlanta area in Georgia and you're watching this, come out and join us. We'll be out at several tea parties. I'll actually be emceeing one at noon with Herman Cain, who some of you may know, down in South Atlanta at noon at goodness believe it's in Peachtree City. You can go to the website americansforprosperity.org/Georgia to get the info on that, or teapartypatriots.org. Also tonight, the Atlanta Tax Day Tea Party in Atlanta. Neil Cavuto from Fox News Channel will be broadcasting his 4 o'clock and his 7 o'clock show tonight at 4 o'clock and then at 7 o'clock at the Atlanta, Georgia State Capitol. So Rupert, one of the things that's happened is that they've come out in the last couple of weeks. There's a website that came out that is crashtheteaparty.org. Right. And this is a Saul Alinsky tactic. This is a MoveOn.org tactic to take the emphasis off of the real principles that the Tea Party is all about and focus it on racism. And these groups are planning to come out with signs that obviously make them look like Tea Party activists and try to throw it under the bus and say things that would suggest that they are racist. What do you think about that?
Again, the absurd claim, the dumb masses who are getting involved in these claims. We need to get back to the issues that what the Tea Party movement is all about. What I find very interesting in all of this is that out of the claims of hearing the N-word, no one heard the 40,000 plus people saying the N-word, which was no, or the 150 plus million who said the N-word no. Instead, they heard all open microphones, all open cameras. No one seemed to be listening to the issues of the people, why they were assembled there and why they were angry. And over 50% of them said no, that N-word.
Yeah. Parchmentforcongress.com.
Parchment, thank you for reminding me. I know that guy.
I know him too. It's an okay guy, Stephanie.
But here's my concern about all of this. We're going to throw the race issue out there. And we're going to get back to, we're heading towards a civil war. People are getting mad, and I think people are going to take it over the top and get mad.
In a very large, ethereal, metaphorical sense.
Right, and I don't mean actual violence, but, the first Civil War, I was taught from the North, it's slavery. Well, it's really about states' rights issue. Not condoning slavery, but it's about states' rights. So if we have another Civil War, they're going to have... The second Civil War is going to be about race.
Yeah.
No, it's going to go back to states' rights and people's rights. And this is what we're supposed to be founded on and what the Constitution is supposed to protect.
Well, okay, and for the Frederick Douglass folks out there, it's not state rights, it's local control. Now, I think we ought to just outsource our sign-making capacities to, people like psychologists. I mean, we could have things like... think of a psychologist writing the science. Pelosi is post-industrialistic nihilist. You could have Harry Reid is a Schadenfreudian sadist, and people it would take him 30 minutes just to research the thing, and then off and our getaway.
Well, I was over by Emory the other day, and there was a guy, a bearded gent with a tweed jacket by the side of the road. I will compose complex comparative political theory signs for food. That's clearly where that came from.
Well, I think it would give us time to get away from the media. And, they're trying to trap you anyway. Why not go online and launch an internet show? We'll see you tomorrow on The Hub.